What's going on, guys? Young Link Jr. This is just one of my friends. He sent me this article, and we was discussing about this since now that President Biden is dropping out the race officially, even though he's still in charge, but he's not having any type of desire to run for re-election. So therefore, you have the next succession in command is Kamala Harris as the VP. But then again, too, it was some sources stating that the Michigan governor Gretchen Whitmer could reclaim Americans' what imagination, right? So could she be the burner up for like, hey, if she makes president, Kamala Harris become president, then she will have Gretchen Whitmer as VP. But I don't know if she has any type of desire to run for president, though. That's the thing. So even though the first former president of American history was convicted, say, of felony crimes, despite president have immunity, right, from prosecution for crimes committed in office. They said in 2 weeks ago that same former president survived an assassination attempt 2 months in the United States. Unprecedented is default word used to describe this moment, but a better one might be unimaginable. Right. So we know the Supreme Court overturned the Roe v. Wade. The U.S. Capitol sworn by election denying insurrectionists. Campus protests nationwide over Israel invasion of Gaza. Yeah, it's a lot of things that took place too. But they say even before Biden's announcement on Sunday, the idea of having Harris and Whitmer, right, as two women, and the two women on the ticket has made its way into public discourse with surprising velocity, a sign that a political calculus rooted in question of electability and national readiness. This is key here, may be changing. So the biggest question people are asking about Harrison Whitmer or whoever wins up on the ticket is if they can win in November. A reasonable and necessary question because they need some type of competitiveness. Now this is going back for like President Biden is endorsing Kamala Harris. How they going to fulfill their identity? Because I believe the Democratic Party right now may have an identity crisis, but then again too, Kamala Harris can have enough influence to go ahead, like I stated before, to run for president. She's gonna have to make sure that Donald Trump, former President Trump, doesn't win in the landslide. But then again, too, you have the influence you give in Gretchen Whitmer. She leaves her succession as being a governor of Michigan to go ahead and get into Washington. It's going to be interesting. So a two-women ticket would demonstrate that Democrats believe there is an after-election world they will be relevant in shaping. So the slogan practically writes itself: a historic team in a time when history is being made in all the wrong ways. All right. Within seconds of the bullet grazing his ear, they talking about the Donald Trump situation. Um, yeah, that was, I don't know, man. Okay, she said, I don't mean to make a two women ticket sound revelatory or radical when, frankly, we should all be embarrassed that we've yet to have a female president. This is someone from the bias statement. But when the discussion around identity and viability in our politics dies, I will not be at that funeral. But too many Democratic voters, the bar for this election is already on the floor. This is one way it might be raised, so it's at least in eyesight. American 2024, yeah. I mean, she be the first black woman as a president of the United States. She already made history as the first black woman vice president. So we have to see how this is going to go, and it's going to be interesting in the polls here in the election. I'm like, okay, so we're going to have Kamala Harris or Gretchen Whitmer. This is just rumor for Gretchen. We don't know. But I'm really looking forward to these upcoming debates. Let's see what Kamala Harris' policies are. I mean, yes, she was under Joe Biden for 4 years, but was she under his shadows? Like, can you literally see, like, okay, what's really going on in the states right here? Like, what are you going to bring to the table? Are you going to hurry up and repeal former President Obama's censorship bills, HR 5181? My boy Steve put me on that, and just giving these allocating these views and these censoring like small YouTube commentators and people like us. We're trying to make a living, but we talk about the same topics. We are more prone to get shadow banned, right? And compared to these big tech companies, right? Penalizing like these big corporations like BlackRock that's going in and building up homes and investing in homes, right, in impoverished areas, and then those residents therefore are suffering due to their fixed income, right? And you raising up the property taxes. Are you going to go ahead and talk about and address this inflation, strengthening the border, right? Something that needs to be done. The groceries stores, grocery prices are up off the chain, man. It's ridiculous, man. Housing burdens, like I said, property taxes, minimum wages are slowly increasing. I would say, or being stagnant, while you got a cost of living is constantly increasing, right? At the same time, I mean, I was looking at some article they was talking about. It was actually a video on TikTok that you have to, if you have to work three minimum wage jobs just to make a living. That's just 7.25 an hour. So you got to at least make $20 an hour or more just by yourself. Let alone if you have a family, man. So, the state of the middle class and the lower middle class in this country is not the best right now. It's not the best state. I know that the Republican National Convention, they talked about these things. They address all these issues here. So, are the Democrats on board with that? I know that sometimes they don't really give in to Christian values because they, believe into abortion, homosexuality, LGBTQT community rights. I mean, it's a lot of these things, man. So, not swaying anyone to vote for Democrats or Republicans, man. I'm just going out here, just seeing, just kind of expressing my thoughts and opinions about what I just read. But at the end of the day, man, it's going to be a really interesting ballot here in November. But those are like the major issues, man. Economically, I think in order for us as a country to strive better, man, we got to put more value back into the dollar. I really do feel like in the near future we may go to a digital currency. Do away with money at the end of the day, cash. We might be a cashless society. You got AI potentially taking over essential jobs like cashiers, truck driving in the near future. I mean, you got a lot of self checkouts in retail industries. It's scary, man. There's so many things, man. But we just want. I was just gonna pray, like pray for the nation that we can get a good um, a good candidate, man. I mean, even like interest rates on homes, like even home loans, like the VA home loan is up 7% now. Like the housing market is very difficult for the millennials or Gen Z even to idea have be a homeowner. Because because how much money it costs. I mean, I look at it in California. I mean, if you want a three-bedroom home, that's $1 million. It's $1 million home just for something that's modest, and also to all over the world. I mean, all over the country, you got some that's like in a decent price, but at the same time, you paying more on interest. It's a lot of stuff, man, that we have to deal with, man, on a day-to-day basis. But it's really sad. But if they can address this, then you got my vote. But you guys continue to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Thank you for watching this video. I don't want to draw this too long. I love you guys, man. I'm out. Deuces.